Are you ready?
Yo, this is Coach Cali Sports Talk. Yo, today we're going to talk about Tamika Reed and some other things today. Tamika Reed, yo, she's looking at offers, man. If Jackson State don't bring a bag to her, man, she deserves a bag, man. She's done some great things for that institution, and I think that she needs to get paid more. That's the same thing Coach Prime was talking about. She addressed it, some stuff on Ken Clark, right? I watched that show on Ken Clark. Shout out to Ken Clark. And they also trying to raise money. Ken Clark show, 1400 Club. They are trying to raise money for Tamika Reed and their program and the basketball program in whole. So in general. So go to them if you want to donate. Go to Ken Clark's 1400 Club on YouTube, and you can kind of find out their information from there. Check them out, man. But they represent Jackson State, and they also take donations for the institution and give to the institution, donate to the institution. So check them out. But back on Tamika Reed. Tamika Reed is a great coach, man. Tennessee, might be looking at her. Tulane job I think has been taken already, but Tennessee is open. There's a few other jobs that's getting ready to open up and everything like that. And with Tamika Reed, she didn't have all the resources that she needed. Same thing Coach Prime was saying. These coaches over there and these basketball programs, these big top dollar programs are getting, top dollar money. They're getting a couple of million, a few million per year. So, even they boost her up, 600,000-700,000, something like that, to get her a 5-year deal, worth $5 or $6 million, $7 million. That's better than what she was getting before. I think she's like $1 million or so. I don't know. I don't know the numbers. But what I'm saying is Tamika Reed is deserving. She won 2 conference championships, just like Coach Prime, and won multiple games, season games. Didn't lose very many games while she was at Jackson State. So, she dominated the conference. What more you want? She wants to get paid. Get her that money, man. If y'all want to still have a good basketball program, women's program. And the fans need to go out and support her. They need to go out. She's got a big-time program. And she can get more big-time players if the schools will do what they need to do. Taking care of the kids right. The athletes right. Get these programs what they need to be more successful. These boosters and stuff, these board of directors and stuff, they don't want to help these programs the way they need to because the state or whatever is intervening with them dispersing funds like that. So, it's a whole bunch of red tape behind that. But anyway, I just wish that wherever she goes or if she stays, that she is successful, man, because she's a great coach, Let's go on to the next topic. The Final Four. And Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a beast, man. I'm not putting a whole bunch of stock in it, but I wouldn't be shocked if she goes and win the whole thing, dog. For real. I wouldn't be shocked because the way she shot the lights out on LSU, she beat the spirit out of them in the first half. They had a little bit extra burst of spirit in the third and fourth quarter to make the game respectable. But in that second half, she was disrespectful with them threes. Second quarter and third quarter, she was just lighting them up. She was raining Steph Curry. Like, you feel me? So, shout out to LSU, though. Those girls are great champions. Them girls fought hard, and it just wasn't their night, you know? And, but also, man, shout out to USC for the ladies for doing their thing. You know what I mean? Getting as far as close, the Elite Eight, and they lost, but UConn prevailed and everything like that. But Juju and all of them and her teammates, they had a great season, man, a great season, and I look forward to seeing what they're gonna do next year. And now they know they got to get that little bit extra post and maybe extra shooting. Another three-pointer person who can shoot threes, and work better in the post, to finish off, to be a championship team or a Final Four team. So, shout out to USC, though, fight on. But UConn prevailed and won. And now, this is the first time they're going to have two schools representing boys and men's basketball team in the Final Four, which is North Carolina State and UConn. Both schools have two teams in the Final Four. So, congratulations to them. You know what I mean? Those schools, North Carolina State and UConn. Powerhouses in basketball. UConn is a powerhouse. Both teams. So, that's a great move for them, for college and everything like that. So it's gonna make it entertaining and everything like that. On the boys' side, you got North Carolina, UConn, who is it? Let me check real quick. So I got to check my tablet real quick because I don't have all the teams in front of me. So men's basketball bracket. So who you have left? You have so you got UConn against Alabama, North Carolina State against Purdue. Man, Alabama's on a roll right now. And so UConn, I think UConn pulls away, but barely. For some reason, Bama, man, is on another level right now, beating teams, fighting back with defense, and there's okay shooting ability. They're sometimes not great shooting threes, but the last game they played, they shot threes, a lot of threes, but they played defense. But I think UConn wins that. North Carolina State, Purdue, man. Baby Zach Randolph. DJ Burns, man. I know Purdue's, they beasting right now. And they seem like they're unstoppable too. But, man, there's something about that North Carolina State, man. I'm going to go with NC State on this. So it's going to be UConn and NC State. That's what I got. Women's. North Carolina State versus South Carolina, sorry. UConn versus Iowa. Man, I'm going to go with that first. I'm going to say Iowa pulls that out and get into the championship. South Carolina. I think it's going to be Iowa and South Carolina. And I think Iowa will beat South Carolina for a second time. So, so that's my Final Four and championship on that. Did I say where the champion would be in the men's? No, I didn't. I said UConn and North Carolina, right? So I think UConn wins that. If everything, UConn will beat them. So that's my Final Four prediction on that. And everything. Yo, Coach Prime and them are back at it, man. They doing their thing, and I love some Coach Prime, man. I watch the well-off videos every day and reach the people all the time. And Coach Prime and them are doing their thing. I think they're gonna do pretty good this year. I still think they're a little suspect at linebacker, but also, where's Cormani? We don't see enough Cormani in the videos, the well-off video games. What's going on? So, but anyway, their spring game, I think, is April 27th. So I think it's going to be on Pac-12 Network. So y'all check that out. But other than that, man, yo, check out Coach Cali's Sports Talk on YouTube. Check out DJ Killer Cali on YouTube. Check out all the videos. Like and subscribe to the channels. And check out New Legacy Martial Art Academy, y'all. And y'all, look out for Zariah Price. Young lady from Hazel Green, Alabama. Played at Hazel Green basketball team for women's basketball. Two-time state champion. And she's a great athlete and a great person, man. Beautiful young lady. Y'all look out for her, man. She's on one of these women basketball teams, man. She's gonna be beasting. I can tell. I know this for a fact. She can ball, but man, we need these big schools looking at her. Come on, schools, knock on that door, call her up. I sent y'all her videos. Let's go. All right, deuces.